Hi, juicers. I hope you are ready to concentrate and you're in a nice, relaxed state and your mind is clear and maybe you have some coffee or tea because we're going to talk about something really important in Pinterest. And it's all about keywords. And keywords are key, air quotes, to really drawing some new viewers to your content. So I'm going to go over it and hopefully it makes lots of sense. If you have any questions, you know to go on the Facebook page, or you can also ask them on in the forum. So here we go. What exactly are keywords? Keywords are words or phrases that are used to search for specific content. And I want to be very clear what the difference between keywords and hashtags are. Hashtags are words that have no punctuation and no spaces, and they start with a hashtag. They are also used for searching and for collecting information, but a keyword is different in that you are basically using a phrase as if you would be speaking or writing the question. You can use your question mark, you can use punctuation, you use spaces. It just sort of is like what you start typing into Google when you're searching for something. That's a key phrase, and that's made up of keywords. So hopefully that's clear to you. What keywords are to Pinterest is the way that Pinterest people will search. So you would go to the top of your Pinterest account page or your home feed, and there is a magnifying glass for your search bar, and you would start typing in a question if you're researching a topic. And in this example, I was typing in framing ideas. And once you start typing framing ideas, you're going to see several lists or other keywords pop up. That's the autofill feature from Pinterest. They're hoping to, their idea is to help you more specifically navigate what your actual question is so that you find it faster. They want you not to get frustrated in your search queries. So by typing in framing ideas, you see framing ideas, and then you see other alternatives. Framing ideas for photos, framing ideas DIY, framing ideas picture, framing ideas creative. Then you're also going to actually see some boards underneath there that have framing ideas in the board title. Are you remembering when I talked about naming your Pinterest boards as easily as possible so that other people can recognize and understand what is in that board? This is what I was talking about. If your board is called framing ideas, such as this person who the name is really small, I can't see that, Ria Photo maybe is what it says, it's showing up in the search query. If you called it, I don't even know what kind of crazy things people come up with. My borders of photos. No, that's ridiculous. Anyway, if you use some other language that doesn't make sense or that's like super creative or full of puns, that's not going to help you be found in these search queries, and you want to be found in these search queries. So that is one way to figure out what a keyword is. Then once you actually select, and so I selected just framing ideas. I didn't do any of the additional versions that they offered. Then you're going to see subcategories that help the user, the person who is searching for something, narrow down that search even more. So you're going to see some are DIY, framing ideas for the wall, framing ideas for a picture, quotes for photos, creative, crafts, decorating, and whatnot. Those are also keywords that are used to help anybody searching for something find exactly what they're looking for. And we're going to use those keywords as a way to be found by those people who are searching for things. So that's why it's important to know, first of all, what keywords are. And then you're going to want to start researching words and phrases that have to do with your work, that someone would type in because they are looking for what you are offering. For instance, let's say you are a screen printer. You would want to know what the keywords are for screen printing. So you would type in screen printing and then start being aware and, in the best case scenario, write down the other keywords that pop up for screen printing. Because if you have that large list and that list is ready for you, when you start making your board titles, when you are doing your profile language changes, you can use those keywords. And again, that will help you be found. So you want to use those as it is in comfortable language. Do not sound like a robot. Do not fill your space with random keywords the way sometimes hashtags look. You want this to feel like real language, but have those in mind because that's really letting you know how other people are talking and finding your work, which again is, I think, very difficult for entrepreneurs when we're so in the higher level aspects of our work and our business and our passionate stuff. Like we think it's all about one thing, but it's really people are looking at it in a completely different way, and it might even be more basic than you think. But if you can really catch on to how other people are looking for content that you're creating, you can be found faster, and it helps you overall become really relatable to new audiences and potentially new customers. So keywords are super important. Now, where are we going to use those keywords? Well, here we are back to our Pinterest profile, and I told you we'd be coming back to this because it's super important. You're going to use those keywords in your Pinterest profile. Now, in this example, it's karaspartyideas.com. That's the name of her company. She's not going to use, well, actually, Party Ideas really probably is a key phrase, which is very clever of her to name her company that way, and it was probably on purpose because, of course, she's kicking butt all over the world here. But Kara's Party, if you look into the profile description, she writes karaspartyideas.com. Again, typing that in, that's boosting her searchable links, is the place for all things party. Search thousands of party ideas, shop party supplies, and read a party book, DIY, tutorials, recipes, and more. DIY is a huge keyword. Tutorials is a big keyword. Recipes is a big keyword. Party ideas is a huge keyword on Pinterest because people are planning parties in the future, and the content that she's providing will be helpful for people planning parties in the future. So you can imagine if somebody, mom of the 5-year-old twins, is looking for party ideas, she's literally going to type in party ideas and recipes for kids' birthday parties. So in which case, Kara's Party Ideas is more likely to come up because she's got the key phrase party ideas in her profile page. So you're going to start, if you start understanding and using those keywords, that's definitely a place you want to use them. Here's another place you want to use them. You want to use keywords in your board titles. We've talked about how obtuse and eclectic and extremely clever and full of pun board titles are not going to help you get found. You might want to save that for some other place. You can put that somewhere else. I'm not saying don't be clever. I'm just saying if you're looking to be found, you got to say what people are saying. In this case, this one says fast family meals. So I can imagine Frenzied Mom is on Pinterest. She has an hour to spend, and she's going to look up some fast family meal ideas. She's very likely to find this board from Delish. I want to show you in this lower right-hand corner here shows exactly how you're going to be editing your board title. So what you're going to do when you get to your board is, I think you click the little pencil or the whatever the editing thing is. I forget what it is now. It's either a dot, 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 or it's a nut, like a little hardware nut, or a pencil. But either way, you're going to edit that board, and it's going to show you where to edit the name, where to edit the description. You're going to add a category, which you definitely want to fill out. Change your cover pattern. It's going to show you all these other things going on with your board, but make sure those keywords are in your Pinterest board information. You're going to use it in your board description. We talked about this again back to Sid. We're talking about cocktails, mocktails, non-alcoholic drink recipes. I guarantee you those are keywords, and that girl looked them up because she's a smart cookie and great at business and figured out how to bring them in a very natural and comfortable way that's going to help her be found and help other people find her and be happy once she gets them. Here's another place to add your keywords. You're going to add them into your image captions. So I've circled 3 different situations here, 3 different kinds of pins where someone has used keywords in their captions. And again, you do know that you can change the caption to whatever you want it to be, even if you're repinning something. Some people don't know that they can do that because they just sort of think that it's a default. So in this case, on the first one on the left, it says roasted cauliflower, corn, and black bean tacos with avocado. This pinner is specifying what ingredients are in her pin. So for instance, if someone were looking for black bean taco recipes, they will probably find black bean tacos. Now, if you would have just put the title "Great for Dinner," that's not really going to help someone specifically looking for tacos find that pin. So hopefully you're understanding what I'm talking about in terms of thinking like the other person. Here's the second one in the middle here. They're writing 2017 Pantone color of the year, greenery / Sea of Atlas. So I think Sea of Atlas is probably maybe the website. I'm not really sure what that is, but Pantone color of the year. People Google that stuff. And when they Google that, and if this is a popular pin, and the way to get this into a more popular pin category is by naming things that people are going to be looking up. And then on the one on the right, we've got soft pink and red, cherry blossom nail decal, spring nails. It's probably got a couple more things. Anyway, very descriptive, using lots of keywords. Make it work for you, friends. That's going to be your best way to do this. Okay, now here's the next one. This is a little bit trickier and this is a little bit more advanced. So if you're not super familiar, you don't have a blog or a website, don't freak out about this now. You can just receive the information as information and come back to it later when you're at that level. For those of you who have a blog and write your blog and add to your blog and have your website and have access to changing the content on your website, you want to also use keywords in your website or your blog images. For instance, I'm pointing to this is the More Creative Juice blog, and I had done a blog post on actually how to pitch and work with a big network. But the image is a really highly pinnable image, and so I wanted to name the image as I was uploading it to my blog. You can do that in the alt text, and you can do that in the actual name of the image. So in this case, I did DIY kids party decor because that's the broadest category of keyword that I could come up with. And then I got a little bit more specific, emoji flower pots. If for some reason anybody's having an emoji party, emoji is going to show up and party is going to show up, and that's going to help this image show up higher in that feed. And then Party Central blog, which would be the name of the website. And so that's how you would name, that's how you can also add those keywords to the name of your photos. Again, it's a little bit advanced. If you're at that level, go ahead and do it. You're aware of it now, so you can think about it. But that's one other way you can do it. So another way that you can optimize your Pinterest account is definitely you want to include a brief summary or quote from the article that relates to the theme of your board. Use those keywords when you can. And then you also want to make a great image that emotionally connects with your board theme. If you can choose to have a person's picture in it, someone actually using your product, that is much more desirable than just a plain shot of the product itself, and because that gives it context. And then you definitely want to link directly to your blog article, not just your website. Do not make people work hard to find the information that they need. If you wrote a blog, let's say on those emoji flower pots, you want to go to your website, go to that specific page, not just the general blog page that has all of your blog posts listed. Go to the page of that specific blog post and pin from there. That way when people repin or visit the website that they can do from Pinterest, they're going to go straight to the content that they're expecting to find. And that's really important. So keywords down. Next time we're going to figure out how to post the most pinnable content. That's part 3 of the Pinterest 101 workshop. And I'll see you when you're ready to receive that next awesome information. Talk to you soon.